Let's talk about double stops. Double stops are not easy, okay? They're not easy for anybody, including myself. It's always something I need to practice. If there's a particular spot in a piece that demands that I have to play them, I definitely am going to practice that particular excerpt maybe a little bit more than another one. So let's first talk about thirds. Thirds, if you look in your Carl Flesch system, he does that in exercise number 6 in every single key. So we're going to just start in D major for right now. So for right now, let's just play the second double stop, the C sharp and E. And there's a reason why I want to start with the second one as opposed to the first one. So first finger E natural, third finger C sharp. It's very important when you do these. Again, structure of hand, shape of hand, fingers down. These are kinds of things that you're going to hear, like I'm sure you've heard me say countless amount of times. They're always so important, but especially when we play double stops. All those things like I just mentioned are just so important. They cannot go unmentioned. So again, E natural, C sharp. Now that we've got that, let's put the other double stop on top of that one because that is actually the first double stop of this particular scale. Fourth finger, a half step up, second finger, a whole step up. I would suggest right off the bat, once we got the structure of our hand, the frets in place, everything is solid, start with the second one first. Play it, feeling that we're consistently even with the weighting of our fingers. We're not pressing, squeezing, we're not doing anything that whereby we're overexerting ourselves. We're going to keep the fingers really, really stable, yet loose, and the hand is loose. And then maybe instead of doing the actual next double stop, let's make it a little easy. Let's play the second finger F sharp. And the reason I have you do that too is in order to really make sure it's in tune, especially when you're playing thirds. Play the second finger with the C sharp, given that it's a perfect fourth away. Making sure that the structure of our hand and the frets of our hand are very much stable and in tune with 1, 2, and 3. Once we have that, let's then drop the fourth finger, making that in tune with the second finger. Then we'll do both. Picking up and dropping together. Once we have mastered just that simple two-note back and forth, I think just that alone is worth some effort, some time, some just real dedicated, proper, or predictable practice and purposeful practice, that is. Okay, so we're ready to move on. Again, let me also state, when we do double stops, I really highly suggest playing the note or the double stop and then repeating it and connecting the next double stop in a slurred way to the, one by one. So we play this one, connected, and by repeating that same double stop, and then playing the new one in the same bow, slurred bow. Repeat it, connect it, repeat it, connect it. Every time I do my double stops, I really try, if I'm struggling, I want to make sure that I connect it really well and make sure that the connective tissue between those two double stops is done properly. That's why I use literally the bow as my connective tissue. So here we go. If we can do that, you're in good shape. If we can really successfully play those 3 first double stops in this particular scale, you're on a good roll. So I'll do it again and do it evenly. 1 and so 1 and 2 and now this is where we shift up into third position with a new double stop. What are we doing? We're just shifting the hand up into third position. Okay? Now, I would suggest, now here, look. for both of these, what makes this one kind of easy, we're shifting these in exactly the same interval, making that an easy one to get to from. We're not changing the fretting of our fingers. They feel the same distance away, essentially having a second finger a whole step away from each of them, if you understand what that means. I'm sure you do. So I would just do that a few times, getting used to the hand moving up and down together in a block fashion, similar to how we do shifting in a blocked way. Once you get good at that, then you can add, like I say, the second and fourth finger. And then shift the hand up and release the second and fourth finger together. And then we're going to do the next one. And again, we can do that and build it just one finger at a time, like we did at first. So, okay, then we move on to the next one. So, we usually have to find one note that is going to be essentially the connective tissue between one double stop and the next one. That's why I say doing this and repeating the note is vital to knowing how we're going to connect one double stop to the next. It's a very, very, like I said, very easy way to identify how we're going to do that, because we need something to tell us what is the connective finger to the next double stop. In this one, we know it's the second finger. How do we know that? Because we're not using our fourth finger, obviously. We have to pick it up. And we're going to go, and we're not using the first finger right now because it's on the D string. And we have to move that to the A string. So, but the second finger is going to stay on the same string. So we use that second finger as the connective tissue along with the bow. Like so. Then dropping 1 and 3 on the appropriate notes, G and B natural. And then we go through and do the same thing on the. Okay.